more stupid family karma drama, if you're interested. But you probably aren't, but that's okay. It's not for you. It's for when I'm dead and my children get to look back and go, oh my God, really? And I'll be like, yeah, really? But anyway, for those of you who stay, this is a free-form ramble about my family's karma. The problems nobody wants to fix or look at. And what's wrong with humans anyway? I'll tell you what's wrong with humans. Oh, never mind. What's wrong with humans anyway, huh? Nobody ever wants to look at things objectively. But there's this one thought that keeps getting thrown around in my family about the father. It kind of woke me up last night, and it made me feel very, very, very demoralized. And I've been feeling demoralized going over there. My father once told me that when I was thinking about moving back down south, he said, you might be strong if you went down there for a little while, but after being around him for that more amount of time, I would start to lose all the things I've been building up with the moving away and the low contact. Excuse me. Well, now they're here. They're here. They live right down the street. And all the real things you see that you've learned, the patterns you can recognize, all back, all in my face. A man who acts like he's butthurt when I say I've never been loved. He'll be like, ugh, but I do this, I do that. I brought the family down here. I did this, and I suffered, and I sacrificed, and I did this, and I did this. You know what else you've done? You continually bash my daughter with me. You wind me up and you bash her, and bash her with me. With your image of me. Like the measure of a human being is whatever I'm not, or something. But I love you, and you get offended when I tell you that I'm not loved, when I am the punishment. Don't be like the thing I hate, your mother, or I'll end up hating you because you're just like your mother. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh my God, are you serious with your personality? Oh man. I get to be as stubborn today as I was every single day of our marriage because, well, I paid my dues. I notice that half of my audience are men. I know I get a lot of men that have different traditions, different traditional views that look at me. And I have a lot of men who's probably looking at me going, hey, is she going to ever get spicy? No. You definitely can count against that. I've got so many things I want to talk about today. And that's why it's not addressed to the strangers that are watching and have given up watching by now. Serious. It's life. He keeps her depressed and sad with no kind of good role model to look forward to. The woman named Mandy in her life, who was the great house cleaner, is an unintelligent, scheming, backstabbing, mousy and useless woman. Well, that's your example of what it should look like. The measure of all of his resentment cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. I begin to wonder about when will you start saying to your granddaughter, "Quit feeling like your grandmother." Or by then, will your hatred of me have morphed entirely into, because I won't be an active participant, I won't be there to be scapegoated, because I'll be dead. You're just like your mother. I mean, how healthy is that? You don't care about health. You don't care about that. And that's what makes me wrong and bad. I can't care about your outside, fear-based, what the others think, victimization. Speaking of the word victimization, my daughter's constantly, I'm victimized, he blames me for everything, I can't think straight, I don't feel like I can do anything right. And yes, he puts you in that situation where whatever decision you make and any independent thoughts you have is all kinds of wrong and what was not expected of you by him in his imagination that he can never clearly communicate until after the deed is done incorrectly, and it's an outrage. The kids never listen. It's so much that I hate the word listen. Because listen never means consider the logic of, seek understanding, clarity, or debate. Listen always means obey, 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 obey! Why don't you ever obey me? You're not worthy of obedience. You're not. I don't care how many long hours you drove. Your behavior. Your lack of behavior. Oh, I don't need to do any kind of parenting because it's my daughter's duty. Oh my God, she never does anything. She's not doing her duty. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm frustrated, I'm angry. The only emotion you have is frustration and anger and resentment. That's the only emotion you have toward practically any of us. You've got something. And you want to act butthurt when we're like, yeah man, nobody actually ever believed in me with the kind of love that makes people stronger. That never happened. Here's my money. I solve all your problems. It's kind of weird when it's so covert. I'm determined to stay in my space. I'm determined to stay in my hut. But the fault, the blame, the sabotage, the ignorance, and the victimization, and the life of guilt all belongs to my child, to my daughter as well, who uses it. She's weaponized incompetence on wheels, always giving him the angle to use to grab mom and beat her with me. It's ridiculous. It's It's a yarn ball. It's a yarn ball. And what's the standard human answer when human families are ridiculous and blind? Let's all pretend in the imagination and just love everything for the sake of it. By role. That's dad. Let's love the dad category. That's mom. Let's love the mom category. Anything that deviates and seems like a personality, we can't have that. No, no, no. We can't have direct confrontation when you're acting like an idiot because, well, frankly, somebody gives a shit. Nobody cares about their character development, their morality, their logic. Their critical assessment, their human life. They simply don't care, you see. It's not that deep, bro. Yes, it is. I can't tell you how much it is exactly, very much that deep. The continual pain, the continual butting my head against a wall. Just as he feels he's butting his head against a wall, she feels she's busting her head against a wall. Everybody is at an impasse where nobody listens to what the other person wants them to do. And we can't accept anybody until such measurements are, so frustrated. So he tells me, somebody better talk to her and have that real hard conversation. Because, except for me, because I'm the enemy. Yeah, you love that role. Wear it like a little badge. As long as I'm the enemy, that's the motivation she's gonna need to do anything. Has it worked in 32 years? What's the definition of insanity, my dude? Everybody's on her case. And rightly so. She's not pulling her weight. Oh, I've got a mopey excuse why I never can. Like what? I have to have a book baby. Oh, I need some social life. Look around you at all the things that people are doing for you. Eyeballs! Do you know what they're for? Observation! I can't see anything because all I see is the fact that I have these needs and desires and you always hurt my feelings and you just never see my side and you never support me and you always make me feel wrong. I don't understand why. What could the reason possibly be? Could you take a guess? Could you take a wild guess? I can't. Why not? Because the weight of the guilt and the anxiety attached to the guilt that you live with. I just don't want to look at it. In fact, I'm just going to go and escape. Just like your mother did. See? Now I can beat you with me. You think you're going to spare your child the pain that I caused you when you're doing the same motherfucking I don't have to get a better job. I can't. It's difficult. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I tried that once and I didn't like it. Hey, whatever happened to trying to overcome your shortcomings? Is that one of those many things we disagree on? What the fuck do we disagree on? How wrong is my worldview? It's not that deep, man. Yes, it is that deep, because you're pissing your life away and you're pissing on your goddamn child's life. Oh, have you watched till this far? No, you're boring and dull and I don't want to hear all that shit. Wow. Wow. I can't change you. I can only change myself. And I can't dictate to you what changes need to be made. I can only try to find my way to change myself. I can't find the wise way to leave you a clue that might give you wisdom in your life that goes, I'm responsible for everything in my life, and if I start taking small steps to raise my conscious awareness, I can slowly begin to direct my life closer to my spiritual nature. And an improvement can be made, independence can be had, happiness can be gained, and a real clear vision of my life's goal and the things I love will grow, and I will be part of that enjoyment. But no, I have to have a book baby. Okay? I need to draw, and I need to finish these projects that I always have to do, these projects, these great escapisms. Of all people in your reality, understand what it's like to have a book baby that must be born, and how these things get your entire, direct, undivided attention. I get it. I fucking get it. I also get the extreme way we feel justified. I have done my good things this whole time, and now I have inspiration, and I would like the respect to sit down and give birth. I understand that too. But you've been asking people to give you all that consideration for so damn long that we've never seen you apply any self-discipline. Any you want the consideration for times that absolutely should be given proper consideration, but you take advantage of it to the point where we're tired of your excuses. Have you ever heard that before? Yes, you've heard it before, but it goes blah, 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 blah. Because we're not real objects in your life anyhow. I don't know what we are. We're probably all just the enemy because we tell you things that make you feel bad and guilty. I don't know if you kids ever know this about me. My whole life, because of my mother and because of the way she was, I could never deal with psychological weakness. She always accused me of psychological weakness, and therefore I always strive to show her big, what are you trying to show us? Anyway, I mean, do you have a vengeance factor in your self-motivation for living? Are you punishing your dad with having to watch your child all the time? Which is stupid because you know that she's not getting the love that you were not given. Because he's still doing the same damn thing today as he did throughout your entire childhood when he was home. He's given her all the same amount of attention. In other words, fucking her up like he did with you. And you're like, that's okay, I don't care because I'm trying to have a book baby. I'm punishing him by making him pay all the bills because he deserves it. Are you stupid? You're not allowed to talk to your kids this way. You know why? Because they'll feel bad. I'm so tired of your feelings dictating your human expression. I'm sick of it. patience for human psychology, I guess. If you're gonna use me to beat the kids, that's a better whip than my failures and my perceived shortcomings and all my laziness. Why not beat them with the fact that I've put in hard work to get over your bullshit? How about that? I shall never be praised for that. Oh no. I'm the crazy one. I'm the well-timed one. I'm the stupid one. I'm the one nobody listens to. I'm the one that nobody, for the fact that is not even past 20 minutes on this video. Even my own loved ones won't even watch it when I'm dead. Why? They feel guilty. Oh my God, she's really coming down on us. She must hate us. I don't hate you. This is frustrated love. I have my version, and your father has his version. And both of them are powerless, meaningless, self-imposed. The restrictions only hurt my own health. Your choices will hurt yours. Anyway, I think I've exhausted all of my... I just wasn't able to put words to everything I'm feeling. The frustration is equal toward the father and the daughter. The frustration is equal. And though she thinks she deserves some consideration from time to time, she's asking for it all the time, and she doesn't return anything. See, you can't say your father's wrong for having his frustrations surface, like mine are, because you continually take advantage of him. Yes, he deserves a day off. Yes, he deserves some help. Oh yeah, but he plays that card so hard. You know, it's like that big German word. You may be right, but you're such a jerk, I don't want to do it anyway. So you got this head, everybody's but, wall. That's all you guys got. That's all you guys got. And when I'm over there, I have absolutely no it's the same thing. There's no ability for cohesion. There's no ability for things to be happiness together. That's why it bothers me to death, Athena. Bothers me to death that you just continue to allow yourself to play the victim, the damsel in distress, the everything that he wants you to see yourself as. So that he can be the savior. And you're never going to take these words to heart. You're never going to hear it. You're never going to cry over this. You're never going to awaken through anything that I can say, whether I say it mean or whether I say it nice. You still can fall back on the illusion. That's just your view. Yeah, it is. And it was hella hard to get to it. Hella hard. Because I was too busy thinking about how things were always my fault. Or, well, whatever. I can't even remember half the feelings. Resentment itself became its own reason to lock myself away. The demand for the attention. The only reason why you haven't had any kinds of screaming episodes that I'm aware of is because you're constantly in the presence of others and you're not alone. But you have had the reaction to I don't want your needs to disturb my passions right now. And you have no interest in understanding that your priority has to change. If you want to change this ridiculous umbrella of illogic and powerlessness that you've been under, it's up to you. It's not serving you very well. And I just can't understand why you would allow your daughter to have the same thing you had. You see, I'm much better. And I certainly feel very demoralized. I can't be quiet and cooperative and respectful when it comes to toxic. It's so ridiculous. Life can be better. Each one of us can make it better. That's not the world we live in. I'm the unrealistic one. I can't grow a channel because nobody gives a fuck. I should learn the same. I should learn to not care.